Welcome back to Vinyl Decal School. Thanks for joining me. So this week I thought I would let you know what I do to get prepared for the holiday season. So I don't really want to admit it, but summer is pretty much nearly over here and we're getting into autumn. So that is when the holiday countdown begins for us small businesses. So I mostly sell wedding decals, but I do also do a line of Christmas ones every year as well. So these are just kind of 5 things I do to get prepared and make sure I have everything ready for when the kind of busyness starts. So the first one is doing research on what is trending this year. Etsy Insights is a good place to start. They do a report on all of the things that they think are going to be popular this holiday season and put it all into this online list here, and it's relevant to all different types of businesses. You don't even really need to sell on Etsy either. I also have a look at Pinterest and look up 2021 Christmas ideas, see what is looking popular on there. And then another good place to check is all of the design sites like Creative Market and Design Bundles, and check what is popular at the moment. So for instance, if you go on Design Bundles and you look for Christmas, sort by trending, there are a lot of round designs this year. So maybe you could do door signs or plate decals or something like that if they look like they're going to be popular. Which leads me to number 2, get your designs ready. So I have quite a few that I use every year because I know they sell quite well, but every year I also try to add a few new ones in as well, depending on what is trending and what I think might be popular that year. Also, if you have customers that come back to you year after year for your Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa designs, then you want to keep adding new things for them to come back to because they don't want to be buying the same thing every year from you. So you can either use all of the inspiration gathered from your research or purchase some of the ready-made designs with commercial licenses from places like Design Bundles or Creative Market or Creative Fabrica or somewhere like that. Just always make sure you have the license to sell them as decals before you use them. You may also want to research some new vinyl colours or patterns. Obviously, like reds, burgundies, greens are going to be quite popular, but I know some places also sell like Christmas patterned ones. I think I got like a snowman one last year, but I didn't really know what to do with it. So don't get too excited and buy a load of that until you know exactly what you're going to make with it. Number 3 is marking a date in my calendar for when I'm going to kind of set my Christmas designs live. This is a really good thing to do because you can then get your customers excited about them. You can create a little bit of engagement by asking them if they're excited for Christmas or not quite early on in the year. Or you can even ask them when they want you to launch your designs or if they've got any specific requests. And that's also a great bit of research for getting new ideas as well. I don't think there's a right or wrong time for starting to sell holiday items. I know it's like a big debate every year. Some people want to start selling as early as possible, and I know they're already starting to make stuff active now. Some people want to wait until maybe like after Halloween or as close as possible so as not to spoil the magic. I tend to personally wait until kind of end of October after Halloween, but that's purely because I don't want to sicken myself by the time Christmas rolls around. Although saying that, I have already made some of my Christmas SVG designs active on my Vinyl Decal School Etsy, so do check those out. You can use those to sell decals if you wish. As that date gets closer, make sure you have all of your materials and packaging ready to go because you don't want to be in a massive rush trying to find suppliers if orders are starting to pour in. You might not want to pre-order a load of stuff if this is your first year selling because you might not be sure what customers will go for yet, but at least have all of your suppliers lined up and know their turnaround time so that you can kind of factor in that to your turnaround time as well. Which leads me on to number 5, which is preparing for busyness. So every year I usually have to extend my turnaround times a little bit because it gets so busy, and I always add an announcement to my Etsy shop and my website just saying there is a longer turnaround time, and also you need to order before this set date in order to get your items in time for your chosen holiday. So you can get those from your postal service. They should be able to tell you the last date you can send something where it will still be guaranteed to get there in time for Christmas or whatever. You may also want to set a cut-off date for when you stop selling. So I do that every year. I did it particularly early last year because of the pandemic made shipping a bit of a nightmare. So I just closed like a few weeks before Christmas and just stopped selling completely. Basically, so I didn't have to deal with loads of people saying things hadn't arrived and asking me to do last minute things that I thought might not arrive either. Hopefully it will be better this year and I won't need to stop as early. But I do think it's a good thing to do every year. But you could just make it where you keep your shop open, but you say, oh, I'm not going to be sending any more holiday items after this date. And then you give yourself time to recuperate after that busy period as well. And it gives you time to kind of sort your own holiday stuff out and spend more time with your family. And you're not stressing, trying to get last minute things at the door. If it does get super busy and you feel super overwhelmed, I have just recently done a video on how I deal with busy periods in my business. If you want to check that out, although you might want to watch it now because you probably won't have time to watch it when it does get really busy. So whether it's your first holiday season selling things or you've been doing it for years and years, I hope you have a really good one and you get lots of sales and everything runs smoothly. I hope this video has helped a little bit. Let me know if you've got any other tips in the comments or any questions. Please don't forget to like, follow and subscribe for more videos like this in future.